Hello again. So here we are in the Hotel Saskatchewan, actually. This is the lobby of the Hotel Saskatchewan, and I'm going to walk home. So just had lunch in the lounge over here. You can see they've started to put up their Christmas decorations. These guys have been here a long time. We'll go out the front door this time. So yeah, part one was walking down here. Now part two will be walking home. So I had lunch with my brother and my wife. Get rid of the mask. If I sounded muffled, that was why. We'll stretch it out a little bit here, maybe. Or not. I think we'll just walk home. Okay. So that's Victoria Park over there. Victoria Avenue. That we're now walking down. That's the Hotel Saskatchewan here. Of course, I've walked down here many times. It feels a bit warmer than when I walked over here. It was about -5, -4. So we're in the 20s Fahrenheit. -5 would have been 21 Fahrenheit. Knox Metropolitan United Church and City Hall behind it. It's the Land Titles building over here. There's music playing outdoors. I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, it's because of the anti-maskers over here. That's where that music is coming from. You can see them over here. They're a fixture right now. I thought the music was being played by the Land Titles building, which would have been an odd choice. I'm going to go down beside the church here. Oh no, can't get through there. This is the Balfour Apartments here. There's Knox Met there. And again, the Balfour Apartments. I always like the looks of these. I don't know what above food is, but I like their entrance to the Balfour. And Knox Met I performed in quite a bit, and there's City Hall, as I said. Building over there, the tax people. And coming up next on our left is the courthouse. I was pleased to see that the YouTube and Facebook both worked last time around, so there's nobody coming from that way. This is the courthouse. You got the nice I think that's still called the North Canadian Oils Building. Not 100% sure. Has a fresh and sweet in the bottom. There's a nice coffee shop, restaurant. I always like to point this out. From the old courthouse, so it still has the Victoria Regina emblem there from when Victoria was queen. A few pieces of that old building left there. This used to be Salvation Army Church. Now it's a law firm. The law firm, apparently. And that, at one point, was the Plains Hotel, but it was torn down, over a decade ago now. They were going to build the largest building in Saskatchewan. The tallest building in Saskatchewan was supposed to go there, and they dug the hole, but it never happened. And again, Coteau Books used to be in here. They were the original publishers of the Shards of Excalibur series, my young adult fantasy series. But when they went bankrupt, those rights returned to me. And so the latest iteration of Shards of Excalibur series is from Shadowpaw Press. Currently it's Amazon only. I keep meaning to try to relaunch it on Amazon and not getting around to it, because there's so many things I'd like to get around to and time goes by. So the Terra building, originally a department store. Then we'll be walking here down by the credit union building. See how low the sun is, even though it's just after, what time is it? It's just coming on 2. That's how low the sun is. Still 5 weeks to go to the shortest day of the year. 5 or 6. Let's see, 21 days. This is the 19th, so there's 11 days, so that's 32 days. 4.5 weeks, I guess, to the shortest day of the year. And the official start of winter, even though it feels like winter has started here. Although, as you can see, today it's melting a bit. You can see, I can't see a thing on the screen right now, walking in this direction. It's pretty much, I can just barely make out an outline on the screen. So if you say hello, I may not say hello immediately in response. Wait for the left turn signal. We'll go this way. Good old 13th, which I've walked down many a time. I'll stick to Albert today. Skiat Thai, one of our favorite takeout places. An occasional eat-in. Oh, that's bright. Number 1 fire hall over there, I like to point out. Picking up a bit of the crosswalk there. Ooh. This will take us by the Cat Cafe, which I always like to walk by. I'll get some shade here in a minute. I'll be able to see things again. Oh, that's better. Nouveau Art Gallery. Here's the Cat Cafe. Everybody's asleep, it looks like. Want to sleep there, want to sleep there. That one's empty for the moment. First Presbyterian Church, where we got married. You can see a good sign of the snowdrifts along here from the blizzard the other night. Almost slipped again. Well, this will be a little too short, so I'll stretch this out a bit, one way or the other. Maybe I'll walk down 15th and then back on College or something like that. Or I could go all the way down across the bridge, I guess, and come back along Regina Avenue on the footbridge, but I do tend to walk on that footbridge a lot. A lot of ice here in the shade. See? Another slip. 2 potential falls there. Class X Studios, my daughter's dance studio, or was. Warm enough I'm going to take my hat off, in fact. It's just an empty lot. Yeah, so just to stretch it out a bit, I'll cross over, but I'll walk down 15th for a ways instead of going straight home from here, because it's like 5 minutes from here, so. We'll walk down 15th here for a bit. It's nice to see some blue sky. It's been very gray for a few days. Well, the first half of this saved normally, so hopefully the second half will too, and I'll have 2 good sharp videos today without any buffering for the replays, which is when most of you are probably seeing this, since nobody seems to be watching live at the moment. If my counter is to be trusted. I'm not sure it is. Certainly was pleased to see that Facebook Live worked again. It's like everything worked fine, and then all of a sudden it quit, and now it seems to be working fine again. Yeah, I tweaked things and played with things. But I really don't know what that was all about. Bold color scheme on this house. Or apartment, I think, actually. Apartment building. schoolyard's right down there. Sometimes the north side has more clear sidewalk because of the sun, but we haven't really had a chance for the sun to do much, so it doesn't look like it'll make much difference here. Oh, there's somebody with a dog. There's always somebody with a dog. I do have to keep an eye on my feet. Don't know why he's waiting, but he is, so I will cross. Oh, he's turning. Still don't know why he's waiting. He had the right of way. It's the Baha'i Center here. An ancient, persecuted faith. I still remember interviewing some members of the Baha'i faith in Weyburn who had fled Iran. With a bit of artwork. This was clearly a store at one point, but I think it's an apartment now, or a house. No windows on this side, which is a little odd. Interesting color on that one. Robinson Street. I'm slightly regretting taking my hat off. My ears are getting a little colder than I thought they would. Kind of depends on if you're in the sun or not. And I'm walking on the shady side of the street. Oof. Do I go all the way to Elphinstone? That's kind of my thinking. Just to stretch this out a reasonable amount when you add it to the part one. Both road territory here. Hardest to like. Still nobody's watching me live. I didn't check. No, I did get somebody on YouTube, didn't I? Oh, I saw a number show up on YouTube, so I decided I must not be set on private. But it's still possible I am. In which case, nobody could watch this live on YouTube. So I'll make double sure I fix that for tomorrow, if that's going on. Yeah, I might as well walk all the way down to Elphinstone where the light is down there. Why not? I might put my hat back on. In fact, I think I will. So hold on for 1 second. I will do that. The shot may be slightly odd here. There we go. Now my ears will be more comfortable. Street. My old street. way down there, you go by the house where I used to live. Row houses. Not a lot of those in Regina, but there are some. Not like some cities. Nice green one over there, that's very pretty. With the red, the white trim and the red flower boxes. As we cross Ethel. Not Ethel, but Ethel. So isn't that pretty, that one? I think so. And here's St. Mary's Anglican Church here, which I think I've been in the actual church part only a couple of times, once to sing for somebody's funeral. Unusual because I was invited to meet the guy before I sang for his funeral, which was already being arranged because he was terminally ill. It was and now we are on Montague. Getting close to Elphinstone, where I will turn to the south. Hope the sound is working since nobody has said hi. I don't know if it is. It was working the last time. Just because I've walked down Elphinstone quite a bit, I'll walk down the alley here. Down to College. Not a soul has said hello, so I just assume I'm live streaming. If you live stream a walk and nobody watches, did it really happen? If a live streamer falls during a live stream walk and nobody's watching, did he make a sound? I can assure you I did when I fell. Not much of a sound. Happens very quick on the video. It's like, whoop, bump, down. And then there's some shuffling around, and then I say, I'm okay. I think we'll carry on down the alley to the dike. This here is College Ave. Down there. Quiet at the moment. So I'll try to walk in the greater tracks here, which has a bit more roughness to it. That looks slippery though. Maybe over here where there's a bit of snow. And then it goes downhill. Didn't think of that. Hopefully not a problem. So that's the dike and the creek in front of us. So instead of going up straight there, I think I'll walk over here. Join this path, just past this somewhat truncated tree. There's rabbit tracks and dog tracks. I don't know what else here. Hare tracks, I guess. Snowshoe hare. Okay, taking my head off again, because now I'm back in the warmth of the sun, such as it is. Take a look at the creek. There it is. Still got a ways to go in the freezing front. I mean, that isn't open water, I don't think. I think it's a thin skin of ice on it. But it'd be thin ice still. At least there's dirt up here, so there's no slipperiness. That's one good thing. And still nobody has said hi or shown any indication, not inclination, that they're watching. Well, it is an odd time, and it's part 2, so. And it may not be public on YouTube. It's possible that's for viewers on the previous walk on YouTube. Nobody from YouTube actually said hi, so it's possible it's on private. I think I'll just stick to the dike, walk all the way to Italic, and head up from there to home. That should pad this out to a reasonable length between this one and the part 1. One little patch of ice, and I almost slipped on it. Stuff is treacherous. Dihydrogen monoxide. It's out to get you in all its forms. Deadly stuff. We shouldn't allow it. I don't know, I suppose I could go down there. I've never done that. But I think I'll stick up here. Looks a little slippery going down. Waterfall Park is over there. No waterfall now, of course. Houses over here, by the way. I don't usually point them in that direction, but... Oh, is there a way down here? I don't usually... I think there's an actual stair here, so maybe I'll do this, because I almost never, if ever, come down these stairs, so that would be a change. If they're passable. Well, I want to hold on to the railing on this side, so I'll switch hands. Not exactly cleared, but beaten down enough that at least the steps are somewhat present. Oh, that's right. There could even be people tobogganing over here. It's possible. Used to be a really old house here, like one of the oldest houses in the neighborhood. But look at that. I don't want to walk on that. Then they built this brand new one. That one got torn down, and this brand new one was built. Avoid the ice here. I had no idea that that was going to be quite as icy as it is there. There you go, people have been tobogganing. Yeah, there's some over there now, in fact. Oop, there goes somebody. Pasco Park is the proper name of this. It's mostly called the Bowl. Oh, there's quite a few people out here tobogganing, actually. Down there. Ah! I don't know that anybody actually uses a toboggan anymore. They're usually these little plastic sheets. Actually, I'll go back up. Since I'm down here, I'll walk up Garnet to see how my old house is doing. Keeping an eye on the ice. Again, this is a mixture of the little older houses, many of which have been redone. Bigger, newer houses. Older houses still around. Still look fairly old-fashioned. And some really modern ones further up as well. There's one of the little old ones remodeled for sale. And the older ones over there. Then a newer one, and then these really modern ones that were kind of the first modern ones in this neighborhood. So most of these have been built since I lived here, but those two modern ones over there were actually here when I lived here, so they're not that modern anymore, I guess. 30 years now, probably 25 anyway. And these certainly weren't here. Because 2617 here was my house that I lived in. I rented it and lived there for quite a while. 2617 Garnet. That's for a T6A1. I still remember the postal code. And I remember the woman who lived next to me here too. Young woman. And this is new since then. This one's not. And this one over here, probably the biggest, oldest house around here in this street. Nicely kept up. Okay, well, that was a bit of an extra loop. If I'd just come down my usual steps over there, I would have just ended up here, but I went a different route. Two roads diverged in snowy Regina. I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. That's actually where the fellow whose funeral I sang at St. Mary's Church that I mentioned to you earlier, that's where I met him, was in the backyard here, not long before his funeral. Don't remember what I sang. Something they requested, I'm sure. So this will bring me by these other row houses I've often walked by, Henderson Terrace here. And some modern ones over there. Oh, it looks like there's a viewer. Excuse me. Looks like there's a viewer on YouTube, so maybe it's not private. Say hi if you're there. Leopold Crescent up there where I walked at Halloween. It's actually quite a big one, this one on the corner here. It goes way back. I am taller than this tree would like me to be. So here's Henderson Terrace here. Heritage property. I don't think I've ever been in one of the condos here. So, how much did I stretch this out? Yeah, between this and the part one, I would have done close to an hour, or even a little over an hour, so. I did not shirk on my walking duties, even though I split it into two parts. Well, there was one brief shining moment when the counter said there was somebody on YouTube, but they're gone now. They didn't say hi, so I don't know for sure if that was a real viewer or some sort of phantom. Oh, here comes a Stars helicopter up there. That's the air ambulance. Just a block from our stopping point. There's now 2 people showing on YouTube. You've come in at the end here. This was a 2-parter. I walked downtown earlier, had lunch with my brother and my wife, and then started from the Hotel Saskatchewan, and by a somewhat circuitous route, I've returned home, or almost returned home. Not quite there yet. I have to get down to the end of this block without falling, and then I will have made it. It was an unusual time for me to be walking, so it's not my usual people that sometimes check in. We're doing other things, if you can imagine, I'm sure. It's like people have lives. Okay. Here's my traditional stopping point, so I will stop here, and I'll be back in some fashion tomorrow. Bye for now.